Hey, what's up guys? Alex here. One of the biggest things that has made a huge difference in my life, both in terms of getting fit, but also being more successful in every aspect of life, has been modeling other really successful people. And one of the first things I discovered about modeling other successful people is that there are a number of key habits and key rituals. And one of those is having a powerful morning routine. Now, I just recently updated my morning routine this year, so today I want to share with you guys what that entails and what you can do to get started yourself. What's up guys, Alex Hine here, author of the book Master the Day. So when I wake up now that I have my own place, the very first thing I do is I take a look outside, take in the fresh view, and then I do what's called my morning QIGONG or seated meditation. So typically this takes 30 minutes and I do one of three things. I either do what's called shaking QIGONG, and QIGONG is really a Chinese medical exercise designed to basically make a person healthy without the stress and the workload and the fatigue that like an actual workout can induce, because those things do take energy. So shaking QIGONG, you basically look like a freaking crazy person, but it's actually really amazing, and especially if you have any kind of emotional stuff going on, you can literally shake it out. And there's some interesting research showing how animals will naturally shake when they experience trauma in their lives, and sometimes if they don't shake it out, they can actually die. So you can actually use it for trauma if you want to. But for me, the shaking QIGONG is just to get blood flow going. Or I'll do my normal QIGONG, which is kind of a 30-minute form I've been taught. If I don't want to do any of those, I'll do a seated meditation, basically just in front of my window here, which is just 20 minutes focusing on the breath and really just dropping the RPMs and slowing down quite a lot. From there, I review 3 positive moments I've had just any time in my life or recently. So the 3 ones that I tend to come back to over and over. The first one is one of these family gatherings that my parents had. My parents always have the party house. So during the holidays, it's the most fun place to be, where there's 30 or 40 people over. Everybody drinks wine till 2 a.m. because they're all European. And it just has that kind of feeling that you can't get from anything else. So while I'm shaking or doing QIGONG, particularly the shaking because I don't have to visualize much, I just focus on that one experience walking around a family gathering. The second experience, positive moment I have, is I just kind of revisit one experience with a girl that I was seeing. That was just a really cool highlight of my life, and it was just a really positive feeling, because the point of reviewing these positive moments is to have that inner feeling inside of your body. So that the point of this is that you're priming your day for a certain mood. That no matter what you look like or you feel like when you get out of bed, you're literally priming your mind to always feel good to start the day, because it's not always easy. It hasn't been for me. So the second one is this experience I had with a girl that really just was an awesome day in my life. And the third one was one time when I was traveling in Colombia, just sitting down in this cute little cafe after walking through the painted doors, sitting down, enjoying a nice coffee, and just being very grateful that I had the kind of freedom where I could do that and not be sitting in a job. After that, I review my top 3 goals for the year. So since starting my kind of goal-setting philosophy, I've refined it to only 3 things. Those 3 goals are the only thing I can focus on for the year. And I use various goal-setting methods for actually trying to figure out what are my habits and what are my rituals to actually make those goals a reality. So the very first goal for me, very first 2 actually, are related to health. Last year I was overworking quite a lot, doing the first year of my doctorate and also running my business, and I started having some new health problems I haven't had before. So the first one is related to my sleep, to make sure that I'm getting enough restoration. For me, the goal is 7 hours a night. I actually track that. The second goal is related to my stomach. I started having stomach problems I never had before last year, related to how much I was working most likely. And now I'm tracking various things I'm testing to improve that, reach that goal. And then the third one is related to my business. So the things I want to kind of create this year, the videos I want to make, all that kind of ongoing progressive stuff. But the point is, when you review these goals, to view them and review them as if they have already occurred. So you want to view the feeling of having achieved that goal. It could be getting fit, it could be getting into a relationship, could be writing a book if you want to, like me, could be anything else. But the point is to see yourself having already done it. And this is directly from Napoleon Hill's book, Think and Grow Rich, where he talks about it's this unwavering faith, this feeling inside of you that you have already done this, and it's only a matter of time before the ether or the world catches up and realizes it. So this kind of feeling that, I've already done this is cool, this feels good, you want to have that inside your body. The point is to create the feeling. After I do that, I briefly stretch for about 3 to 5 minutes. I just work on the areas of my body that are really tight. Those are almost always my groin, my hips, and then my upper back and my neck. So I do stretches specifically catered to those, and that's basically what I'm doing for my stretching, nothing too complicated. From there, I review my visualizations and my affirmations for the year. You know, I wasn't a big believer in visualization and affirmation years ago, until I had one of my buddies who swore that all the amazing girls he met, all the business ventures and even ideas he got, and even all the trips he took came from visualizing and affirming the things that he wanted. They manifested in his life. And so as a result, I was kind of hooked. I was like, you know what do I have to lose by trying this? Like, there's nothing really to lose. So since trying it, I've had some pretty crazy instances happen in my life. And it's left me with a very eerie kind of feeling, but being a die-hard believer. So for my visualizations and my affirmations, here's how they go. So for me, I shared this in the best year goal setting video. My visualizations revolve around what I'm trying to create in all 6 aspects of my life. So I like to pour some tea or make some coffee, sit down, and just review, what do I want my health to look like in the next year and forever? What do I want my relationships and friendships to look like? What do I want my work life, career to look like? What do I want my spiritual life to look like? What do I want the contribution aspects of my life to look like? And what do I want all the other things that are going on? My leisure life, my travel, maybe I'm looking for a new apartment, or maybe there's something else I want to do. But I write down word for word what I want it to look like when I wake up and I've realized that particular vision. So I always want to be thinking about the trajectory I want to be going for my goals and for my dreams. And then from there, I review my top 3. So there's a famous story told by Earl Nightingale called the Ivy Method of Productivity. So the story goes that a CEO of a steel company wanted to be more productive, and he hired this productivity person who might have been Ivy to come in and basically give him some lessons. And Ivy said, basically, I want you to do one thing. You're going to pick 3 to 5 goals, 3 to 5 things you have to work on in your business. You're going to sort them by order of importance and difficulty. And then you're going to number them 1 through 3 or 1 through 5. And then that day, when you get to work, you're going to work on number 1 until number 1 is done. And then you're going to do number 2 until number 2 is done. Then you're going to do number 3 until number 3 is done. And if you can't get through all of them in the day, you're going to remove some until you can during the day. And the story is that, this advice was free, but it was worth so much money that he cut a check to Ivy that was worth tons of money. So I do the same thing with my personal goals and what I'm trying to work on. Because I'm juggling 2 things that almost no other student is doing, a business that's self-employed and a doctorate. So what I do is, on one side of the sheet, I have my first 3-hour time block, which is dedicated to studying. So I would break down hour by hour by hour what I'm studying, what I'm working on, what the habit is. I flip the sheet, and that's my business side. The business side is the same thing. 3 hours per day, 1 hour of what I'm working on each hour of the day. So I know exactly, numbered 1 through 3, what I have to work on, what is the highest return, and there's a very clear path for what I need to be doing in order to get the results I want without feeling overwhelmed. Now, if I haven't done that the night before, I do that first thing in the morning, and at that point, my day is ready. I hop on over, make some breakfast, and then it's time to usually roll out to class. So that is the beginning of my morning routine, and that's typically what I end up doing in order to structure my days so that it builds the kind of life that I want to have. So I hope that helps you guys. Before you go, leave a comment there below. Let me know for you, what is the first thing you do in the morning? Hey guys, it's Alex. I hope you liked that video. The best way to stay in touch is to first download that free guide, 5 daily habits to help you lose your next 20 to 30 pounds. It's free on my site. Come check out my book, Master the Day. You can check it out in the description or right there on Amazon. We talk about more of this stuff and a lot more. And then click the monk dude to subscribe and grab the last video that just came out so you're up to date and you know when my next video is coming out.